You're going to be creating an original app over the next several weeks. There's a sample app of similar requirements to what your final requirements will be that is out at GitHub. You're going to want to download this, test it, explore it, work with it before you start creating your own. Dave Bozen wrote it and has done some videos showing you how he's doing the work. It's a good idea. You should go through and create your own. Don't just copy his files and look at them, because you really need to work on creating your own and working your way through any of the issues you run into in your project. But having the actual code will help you to check your work. You'll also need to do work with your fellow students where you're going to be downloading each other's code and using Jing to record yourself working with their project. I'm going to demo this now. I'm downloading Dave's code. I have Jing up here, so I'll show you how that works when I'm ready to get started with it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit clone or download, and I'm going to download the zip file, and I'm going to save the file, and I'm going to hit OK. Then that'll go into my downloads, and I'm going to choose to extract all, and I'm going to put it into my documents and extract. I'm going to open up Android. And I'm going to launch the project to see how it works. Now, this is not a completed version of the project. Okay, let's cancel that. I got to finish letting it load first. So I've got to wait for this to finish loading before I can try and run it. Okay, at this point you would have downloaded it and you would have attempted, you would use Jing. And with Jing, you can capture, and you'll typically just capture the window you want to work with. Or actually, because we're going to launch the document, I'm going to cancel this, and I'm going to do capture pretty much the whole area. And then I'm going to capture video. And you should be sort of talking out loud like I am while you're exploring your teammates, because you're going to look at two other people's code and you're going to download it and run it just like I'm doing for Dave's code. So I'm going to try and run it. I'm going to select the available virtual device and hit OK. And then that should launch my Android device. You may actually want to launch it before you start recording on yours. Jing limits you to 5 minutes of recording. So I do recommend before you start talking or recording, go ahead and launch Jing or launch your Android app first that you've downloaded. Ah, there it is. It was hiding behind it. Okay, so let's see. It should be starting the app. All right, so the login on this one is Dave. The password is password. Real secure there. And so this is his first demonstration that he's doing, showing you how to create this login with this password with the McHenry County College ID, and his videos out there for you to see on that, and the code's available for you to download. And at this point, I should be able to put in my first name, my last name, phone number, birth date, and associate's degree. And he's using a bunch of different controls here. And that's pretty much as far as we're getting in the first one. So I can select, actually he's got where I can select web development, and I can hit next. And I can select one of these, but he doesn't have it doing anything beyond that. This is as far as we're getting in the app. So in your app, you're going to use a bunch of different controls, and you're going to get some information from the user, and you're going to do something with it. So at this point, the next portion here is not enabled. That's as far as we've gotten in the first sprint, which is fine. And you can see that it works pretty well, and I was able to test it, and then I would be able to share my comments. You should also go and take a quick look through their code when you're looking at people's work and see if everything is named well, give them some feedback on their code, so I can look in here, see if I have anything that stands out to me as a naming error or any sort of error. And so we can go and look at all of the things that Dave has done, and we can give feedback on it. And so our discussions will actually be running each other's apps, capturing our feedback in Jing, and you should give feedback on to how does the app look. And I shouldn't have shut that. You'll get used to this too. So that's going to pop up around here somewhere. There we go. And so I would comment on font choices. Did things work okay? And I'm going to go ahead and cancel my Jing recording here. You would record this. Let's just stop it. So when you're done with your Jing recording, it will give you the option to put your name on here. It will also give you the option to share it via screencast. And with your account, you get 2 gigs of space. And I recommend that you share it on screencast. And then it will give you a link that you can post in the classroom, and that should work really well. So the feedback I'd be giving here is, okay, this looks good. Enter username, that's a good hint. Gotta make sure to click on it first. It's looking for a password. Its password is password. This all is a good, clean interface. It works okay. Login. Good hints. And we can check to make sure the number pad works. And I didn't put hyphens in this time. We'll see if that causes any problems. That works well. I can read everything. This is another place that you might choose to put in a slider. So I'm going to try and put in bad data and see what happens. And so this isn't going away. It's making it hard for me to select. I'm not sure what to do about that, but I consider this a bit of a usability issue. And we'll hit next. Okay, so it's not doing any error checking, and this is the sort of feedback that you'd want to give too. And it's not intuitive here because you can't just click on one of these. You actually have to click on the class first and then click on this. So those directions are kind of unclear, and that's the information you'd want to give back to them, that sort of thing. So that's an example of how you'll do that, and you'll see it's still uploading here in Jing. So you're going to create something similar. You're going to have to come up with a project concept. You're going to have to get that project approved. You're going to do that into your discussion board. And for this week, recreate what Dave did here. Don't copy and paste his code, but get practice putting in these things and working with the password and following along. You're going to go as far as his video does for the first sprint, just doing some practice work as a lab, and you're going to come up with an idea for a project. You're going to put that project idea in the discussion, and Bill, your instructor, will approve it, or make some suggestions that you change it, and then you'll have that in the discussion, and starting next week, you'll be downloading each other's code like I just did with Dave's so that you can run it and give feedback on it. Okay, so you can, once you have finished uploading to Jing, you can go view on screencast, and you can click share. It'll take a few minutes for it to compile, but this is what you'll hand in the discussion. You'll copy that link and you'll put it in the discussion so that your feedback to other students will be visible here. So this week, you're just going to come up with your concept and do the lab of recreating what Dave created in, as far as he got in his video this week. And then in the discussion, you will need to enter in your project proposal meeting all the project requirements.